Hey, Shannon, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How can we help?
So I am in analysis paralysis with some special circumstances. During college, I kind of had what I refer to as a mental breakdown because I don't know what else to call it. But my anxiety and depression got worse, and then COVID happened, and I started getting agoraphobia. So luckily, I've been able to talk to some professionals that have helped me, and I'm actually now able to have a part-time job so I can start making some money.
Way to go. So
I just don't know.
you're able to leave home?
Yes, now I am.
Way to
Especially,
go.
I'm getting. Thank you. Yeah, I'm able to get a service dog in September, so that's really going to help me too.
Hey, that's a hard one. I know I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry, but that's a hard one. I want to celebrate that with you. Is that cool?
Thank you. Yes.
That's tough, man, especially on the back end of COVID, getting out. And, yeah, we weaponized each other during that season, and so good for you. I'm proud of you.
Definitely.
Okay,
Thank you so
sorry
much.
for interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So I have, since getting the service dog, I have a huge unexpected cost. And since I'm only able to work part-time for now, I don't know how to come up with that cost. My parents got like a huge bonus this past year, so they offered to pay for it in cash and then just had me pay it later. But I didn't know, I don't know what to do first. I know I have the $1,000 emergency fund, but do I pay them back to get my debt cleared because I won't have any student debt, or do I continue saving to rent somewhere or have a house? I don't know what to start with.
Okay. So is the big expense, though, you said at the beginning of this, the dog, the service dog? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So how much is that going to be?
It's going to be $16,200.
16,000. Okay. What debt do you have right now, Shannon?
I have just $1,500 left from my last class this fall, but I have enough cash to pay for that ahead of time.
Okay. So there's no credit cards or car loans or anything?
No, I actually was introduced to you guys before I even started high school, so I tried to work before then, and then my parents had saved up money for me. So
that's awesome. How old are you, Shannon?
22.
22. Okay, very cool. Okay, are you at home right now, living at home?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're looking to move out, kind of start your life, and be an adult,
Definitely.
right? That you're just you're ready to leave the nest, which is awesome. So do you have any money saved?
After I graduate, I get money that my parents had set aside for me. So
Okay.
between like working before I got this job and that, I'll have like $10,000
Great.
after I graduate.
Great. And the service dog is coming in, you said September?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. So you have about 3 months or so to come up with $6,000. How much are you making right now?
Right now I'm making $13.50 an hour, and I work like 25 hours a week. So
Okay. So if I were you, I would do priority of what's the most important in my life to be self-sufficient, right? And this dog, to me, is number one. It's even before moving out. Getting this dog in place, because that dog is really going to be the thing that from what I'm hearing you, and John, correct me if I'm wrong too, that's going to help you really be able to work more hours, to be able to live independently and really continue to live life the way you want to as an adult. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And with your particular response, your particular phobia, your particular anxiety response, running out and getting your own place and immediately re-isolating yourself may be tough right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's how it kind of got worse when I was in college, because I had a roommate, but college was like 2-3 hours away from my family, who I was really close to. So it felt like I was isolating myself.
So I would love to, like Rachel's saying, I'd love you to do this in the right order, which sounds like I'm going to delay moving out from home for 6 months or 7 months, and I'm going to sit down with mom and dad, and we're going to write this down together. So they're on the same page, I'm on the same page, we're all good. And think of it less like this dog is not like a car, right? They're not buying you a thing. They are participating
Yeah.
in your really in your health, right? They're helping with think of it like a more of a medical payment than they're buying you a new bicycle or something, okay? And so we're going to get this relationship with this dog, and those things are magical, by the way. I've seen some really remarkable turnarounds with folks. I'm going to get really comfortable with this dog, and then I'm going to, in this season, I'm going to start I'm going to spread out my work hours, and I'm going to start leaning into that anxious discomfort, okay? And your counselor's probably working with you on that. Is that right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So we're going to end up short-circuiting that anxiety response. We're going to keep leaning into that, and we're going to have this dog, and we're going to have mom and dad at home. And that sounds like that's a good place. It's not a they're not a part of the problem, right? And so then in 6 months, 9 months, you're going to look up. This dog's going to be fully grown. You're going to be debt-free. You can figure out the payment with you and your parents on this thing. Maybe you pay 10 grand of it, they pay the other 6 or something. They're willing to help you out. Then you've saved up money. Now you're working full time. You've got a full-time partner with this dog, and then you're ready to go get an apartment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then then you can just head right out, right?
Yeah, there's the urgency. I don't want you to have to feel right now, Shannon, because there is no urgency. Besides the dog and getting that dog in September, but besides that, all the other stuff, even if you paused and you waited 9 months, if you waited till next summer, even if it was 12 months, and you said, hey, next May, my goal is to be on my own, all of that. I think there'd be more harm to the urgency of doing things out of order versus just tapping the brakes and you're good and to continue to heal. But on a kind of a tactical side, Shannon, I would challenge you just on what your job is. I mean, you're making $13.50 an hour. And there's a lot of places that are paying 20, even up to 25, maybe with the skill set that you have. And so I would just, even just in the next week or two, just look around and say, okay, is there anything that can just up that? Because even getting a $7 an hour raise is going to significantly help you over the course of these months as you're saving up for the dog. And then, and again, I don't want to put too much on you, but if you're trying to think, okay, how can I get money as quickly as possible for this big expense that's the dog that's going to help me so much in life. I've heard, John, so many people doing things from home.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like there's I don't know if there's a job that you can pick up for like 2 hours in the evenings on your computer and you can make just a little bit more money there. And again, some of this feels like a drop in the bucket when you're like $16,000, but over time, do the math, map it out and say, okay, what can I do in the short term that's not going to just damage who I am, but really be able to help in my healing and give me a little bit of the confidence. There'll be a confidence boost, a dignity that you're going to have, Shannon, when you say, wow, I went and did this. Like I saved up this and all of it. And the fact that your parents are there willing to help you, I think is amazing. And if they're able to gift you any of that money toward the dog, and you can kind of figure that out, that's awesome too. But that tactically, I would say, yes, your $1,000 emergency fund is really key, but this dog is going to be like number one. So saving towards that as soon as possible, I think is huge.
Good for you. Proud of you.
It's awesome, Shannon. So great. Man, I feel like we did, in your line of work, seeing what COVID did and the shutdown, did more stuff spiked, right? I mean, everything that I've seen with whether it's depression, anxiety, all of it. Yeah, it seems like there was a time when that we're still feeling the effects, right?
Yeah,
a ripple effect of it.
I think we've got a 100-year turnaround, and not to be pessimistic, but somebody asked me on an interview a few months ago that I think this was worse than the 9/11 tragedy, and I said yes, because after 9/11 we had a common thing we could point at. They were trying to get us, and for this one, what got weaponized was each other.
Oh, interesting.
And so we've got to reconnect with one another.
Yes.